Stand by for countdown. Prepare audience for maximum impact. Full immersion begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maisha ni ya ghetto, msaliti ni petro, sharia muna kwao, wazimu pia na hao, furaha sio mfano, ukabila ndio kwao, hardcore shafika, ukweli na hakika, kadiri na shika, furaha kwa lahiki, ndio kwa mashabiki, maji kuziki, beef na fiki, hit na dhiki, muda muna wiki, mimi na him ziki, split ni mukiki, kutafuta ziki, kwa makini mfulisi, za mchima la sili, feel me.
Don't you know we're talking about a revolution song? Don't you know talking about a revolution song? Don't you know we're talking about a revolution song? Don't you know talking about a revolution?
In order to do this in an effective manner, we need real black leadership. The descendants of slaves. I don't like using the word black. We are more than skin color. But just for the sake that you probably wouldn't know what I was talking about if I did not say black, I'm going to use the word black. But the descendants of slaves, having dark skin, born in America, we need leadership. It is silly and it is foolish to run around and talk about, I'm my own leader. We need to lead ourselves. Well, you're leading yourselves. And you're still not doing a good job because you still don't have the right mentality. You're still not acting in an appropriate manner in accord with the time and the condition and the environment that you live in. There's nothing wrong with leadership. Somebody has to lead. When you go to McDonald's, somebody is already in line. They're already leading the line. Wherever you go, there's going to be somebody there in charge. In every house, there's a leader. In every family, there's a leader. On a playground, there's always going to be a child who, for some reason, is more popular or whatever the other children look up to for whatever reason. The problem is not leader. The problem is the intent of the leadership and the competence of that leadership. If your leader, if the intent is to exploit you, cheat, lie, and steal from you, rape you, no, well, just for the benefit of their personal family and friends, that is not the type of leadership that one should want to pursue. However, there is nothing wrong when you have strong leadership because somebody got to represent, somebody got to be in the forefront. When you are at war, somebody's got to lead the charge. Somebody's going to take them bullets first. Well, there are people like myself, and although we may disagree, there are many others out here. We are on the front lines, willing to take those bullets. And unfortunately, we have to take bullets not only from the enemy, but we have to take bullets from our own people. So, although I am not religious, I understand religious teachings when in Christianity it says that Jesus came unto his own, but his own received him not. I can bear witness to what that Jesus in those scriptures had to go through. There's nothing wrong with leadership. The problem is our inability to choose leaders that are competent with the intent and really those who really stand with the people. We like to choose those who can just feed the insanity and the delusions that we've painted in our minds that make us feel good. I don't want you to feel good. I want you to be sick so you can take your medicine. We love leaders who are dead. We keep talking about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad and Noah Jew Ali and Martin Luther King. They cannot help us in 2015. And clearly, when you look back upon history, considering there are from 17 to 40 million to maybe 70 million black people, descendants of slaves born in America, considering, let's just say, we are 60 million strong, we did not help them very much either. Elijah Muhammad had a few thousand followers. Marcus Garvey. If you put Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, and all the so-called black leadership together, you might get 1 million. You might get 2 million, I guess. Because our mentality as a people, the real leadership is the present. Because this is the only life that we know. Can you imagine a slave who was talking about running away from the plantation and how all the other slaves, you have 200 slaves on the plantation, only one wants to run away. This is the situation that we're in. So if the other slaves will not run away from the plantation, I represent slaves that want to run away from the plantation. How come we can't get along better so that we can get the hell out of here? So that we can get the hell out of Dodge City. Why are you fighting me? Why am I fighting you? Why are we against each other like this? Because, you know why? Because black, African power, black power, it never was designed to unify. That's why. We're going to talk about that. And it's very simple. And when you think about it, you see why. There's nothing wrong with leadership as long as leadership is competent. Now, I remember I had a conversation with a brother, and he called me a black leader or a leader wannabe, however. And I told him I am not a leader at all. However, since that time, I have decided that I will embrace that. I was not ready back then when I spoke to him. But now I feel as though, especially after this Justice or Else march, doing the same things, expecting a different result, I could do no worse than what anybody else has done today or in the past. Because whether you like it or not, they failed. As great as Elijah Muhammad was, as great as Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, when it's all said and done, they failed. Because if they were successful, you would not be crying on social media right now. They had a certain amount of success, but they failed. So, we need a different vision. Those without vision, the people perish. And so since we call ourselves mentally dead, and if you have no vision, the word perish means to disintegrate or die. You've gone into another state of mental death. But now you're more happy in your death, in your comatose. Well, if you're comatose, you're not dead, but you're more comfortable in the grave now, because now you can say, Black Power, family. I'm black conscious. You're dead. You're still mentally dead. So having money, material things, a beautiful watch, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband or wife, all these things help you. You black conscious and everything. You are comfortable in your slavery. You're comfortable in this now because these pro-black Afrocentric teachings make you feel better. But the reality is you're still a slave. And that's why you don't like listening to me, because you think for some reason you better than a brother or sister who has not embraced African, black conscious, Afrocentric teaching. You think that you're better, and you're not. In fact, you're probably worse. You're real comfortable now. You got a decent job. You got Malcolm X on the wall. Malcolm X as a profile on your YouTube page. You got all these books from Dr. Ben and Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark and Chancellor Williams and Amos Wilson and you just got it going on until you meet somebody like me. Then I mess up your high. I mess up your high when you're smoking that weed, and I'm messing up your high because you get high off these pro-black teachings that have caused you to die a second time. But on the third day, it says in religion, Christ rose out of the grave. You're getting ready to rise. And on the third time, you ain't going back in the grave. You're on your way to heaven. If only you understood these teachings that you claim that you believe in or are loyal to. So, I accept being a black leader.